Pleasant good morning, pleasant good morning. My name is Sister Jewel, and today my topic is no matter who's the messenger, if the message writes it right. It's so funny when it comes to messages, we as humans is like very particular and very funny, you know. In order for us to receive a message, our mindset plays an important part. So most of us in our minds, you may think like if our minds is not open to hear the message, then the message is not being heard. So like, you know, you ever like get into an argument. Let's say you go and get into an argument with somebody, and you so positive and you're so confident in your answer and in your belief that whatever the person is saying is going through one ear and coming out the next. Is like person's like, but you gotta think of it like this, you gotta look at it like this, or listen to me, but you're not listening. You're just like letting them talk, and then you try to refute it, but you're not listening to anything they saying. Yeah, sometimes like we, in order to receive a message, our minds, we tell ourselves that our minds gotta be open, because if our minds is shut off, then we wouldn't even listen to the message at all. Also, your perception of the person must fit. That also causes us not to listen to the message. For example, if a person is a liar and they come and telling you a message, you're going to look at them like, I don't believe one thing you say because you're lying. You're a liar. You're known to be a liar. So whatever you're telling me right now, I don't believe it. So definitely your perception of the person is important in receiving the message. And next, the circumstances of the message must add up. Like, you ever been given a message, but you've like the message don't make sense at all, so you automatically don't believe the message because you're like, that don't make any sense. Like, for example, in Matthew chapter 1, when they talked about Mary and Joseph, and Mary came to Joseph and was like, hey Joseph, I am pregnant. I'm a virgin, but God made me pregnant and gave me a baby. Joseph was looking at Mary like, this not making any sense. This is not adding up. Like, what do you mean you're pregnant? How you're pregnant and you're a virgin? That don't make no sense. In order to be pregnant, you have to have sex. Like, this is not adding up. And he was so mad. He was ready to disown her and everything. But it took the angel from God to come and tell him the same exact message for him to be like, oh, this is true. This is true. So Joseph didn't listen to Mary when she said the same exact message. Wait until an angel came to him for him to actually believe the message. So your circumstances must add up. Okay? And last but not least, things that prevents us from receiving the message is the delivery of the message to us is important. You ever like hear a preaching, but the person like preaching like low tone, you barely hear what they're saying, they stuttering, so you're not really getting the clear message of what they're saying. But somebody that's really preaching with confidence and telling you how good God is and giving you the message with power and authority and things that you could relate, you understand the message more clearer through that person, a person that's mumbling and stumbling, because even though it's the same exact message, it could be the same exact message, it could be the same exact scripture words that they're saying, but because they deliver it in a way, you automatically feel like this person was better the way they said it, even though it's the same exact word and same exact thing. But in our minds, it's like we telling ourselves like, this person is better because they delivered the message better. So it's all about, so we automatically associate the message with the messenger and the delivery. So all these things that I talked about are things that affect us from receiving a message. If we want to receive a message, it's important that we got to remember that no matter how the message is given, no matter the circumstances, no matter your perception of the person, no matter the delivery of the message is still the message. At the end of the day, the message is still the message. it's the same exact message over and over, but because we have this notion in our head that the message must be delivered or be in this particular way, we automatically ignore the message and say the message is not real. So if the message is true, no matter if it's delivered wrong or delivered in a way that you don't like, the message is true. Take the message for what the message is, you know? I remember there's times like when I used to tell my friend something. Let's say, for example, I'm telling my friend, go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital because you keep complaining about this wrist and you need to go check that out. And a friend will play me no mind. They're like, whatever. I ain't going to the hospital. Like, and I'm telling you, like, you need to go to the hospital. But as soon as somebody that, let's say, they value more, or like a person that they hold at a high esteem, tell them you need to go to the hospital, they run quick to the hospital to go to check out that wrist. That same wrist that you've been telling them for all these years or all these weeks. The same wrist that you tell them to go to the hospital. It took that one person for them to be like, I'm running to go get it. You know? And that just shows how stubborn we are. And shows that our perception clouded us from actually doing what we're supposed to do. Our perception and our views and circumstances and all the stuff that I talked about is what prevented us from taking the message. You know, you ever we've been in our whole life, we've been listening to people preaching the same words over and over and over, but for some reason this particular word 10 years after resonate in our heart more than it did back in the days. Did you ever think of that? It's the same exact message that the person's telling you, the same exact way. But our perception, the way our mindset at that time wasn't ready to receive the message. And now that we're in a different mindset, the message became clearer and we understand what the person is saying because we're in a better frame of mind. But that shouldn't matter, because if the message is true, it don't matter who the messenger is. If the message is right, it's right. No matter if the message was given 10 years ago or the message was given now, if the message is right, it's right. So you have to listen to the message. We ought to always listen to the message, even if we don't want to. Sometimes when we given a message, sometimes even if our perception is like, this person is a liar and I don't want to listen to what the person had to say, sometimes we got to look beyond that and just think like, okay, even though this person is a liar, let me just see what are they talking about. Let me just see or get some type of substance from that message. And if we start looking at life like that, things will be a little bit more easier, because even if a person is a liar, that message could be true and then you're going to miss out on a whole opportunity because you want to be stubborn and because you view the person as a liar and you don't want to listen to whatever they got to say. So I encourage you guys to listen to the message. Yes, there's false prophets. Yes, there's false messages out there. But overall, look at the general picture. Look at the picture of generalize. If somebody give you a message saying that you're going to get pregnant, right? And even if you feel like your skills is so good that you know you're not going to get pregnant, you better hearken to that message, listen to the message, and take what you have to take, and be careful, because the message could be true. And if the message is true and you're still doing what you're doing and you get caught up, then that's going to be on you, because the person delivered the message no matter if they're a liar or not. Right? So I just want to pray, God, that this morning or whatever time you are watching this video, I pray that you continue to live right and be right and don't be disobedient, but be obedient to the call. I pray that we open our ears to receive the message, even though if the messages may not be for this particular time. I pray that we hearken onto it, that we're able to dissect the message, so we're able to gain a better understanding of the message and what the message is telling us to do. I pray that each and everyone that's listening to me, that you be blessed, that you be happy, you be full of happiness, you're full of joy, that you live a good life, that you find the happiness within, that you continue being God-fearing and being positive and full of a whole bunch of energy. And I pray for your strength and your guidance in all the name, in Jesus' almighty name. Tune in tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.